essentialism was proposed by William Bagley and James Corner, and that the defining feature of essentialism is essence precedes existence. So kung yung existentialism, sabi niya, you've got to be alive first before knowing your purpose. Yung essentialism, baliktad. Sabi niya, bago ka pa ipinanganak, meron ng buhay na nakatadhana para sa'yo. Your essence, your purpose, comes before your presence. So meaning, so dito nag-ugat yung tinatawag nating fate, tinatawag nating destiny, yung tinatawag nating life is predestined. Diba? So parang sinasabi nila na bago ka pa lumabas sa mundong ito, there is already a life prepared for you. At sinasabi nila na ang buhay, that you cannot control your own life because whether you like it or not, you have to live the life that is destined for you. Okay? Siguro, this explains why sa buhay natin, may mga bagay talaga tayo na hindi natin nakokontrol. Like yung course na kinuha mo, like when I was younger, I didn't really want to be a teacher. I did all possible ways for me not to become one. But I ended up as one. Because according to the essentialists, okay, if you are destined to be one, you are destined to be such, no matter what you do, you will end up becoming such. Even when we choose the person we love, di ba, pag bata ka, you tend to create an image of your ideal man or of your ideal woman. And then if you try to look at the person you are with now, your boyfriend maybe, nagtataka ka na lang because your boyfriend is the exact opposite of your ideal man. And bakit ka napunta sa kanya, ayaw mo na lang naman siya? Maybe that's the power of fate. That's the power of destiny. Because you're destined to be with that person, then no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to get away from that person, you will end up being with that person. So parang, ito yung tinatawag na parang there is something that controls us, an internal compass maybe that continually points us to something beyond our control, something beyond our understanding, and something beyond our comprehension, di ba? Hindi natin alam kung bakit ganun. There are things really that we cannot control. And because of that, because the essentialists believe that there is already a life that is prepared for everyone, then the role of the teacher is to teach. It's actually a traditional approach or back to basic approach that emphasizes the basic skills or the fundamental skills like the 4 R's. Reading, writing, arithmetic, and right conduct. So that's the very focus of Essentialist Classroom. The teacher's job is to make sure that students would acquire these 4 basic skills. Because according to the Essentialists, if the students or if a pupil acquired these 4 essential skills, it would just be very easy for these students to acquire higher or more complex skills needed in preparation for adult life. So how could a person adopts or acquires more complex skills if this person does not acquire the basic ones? So you've got to be equipped with the basic skills before you can acquire more complicated skills. So, ang mga pinag-aaralan dito sa Essentialist Classroom ay math, natural science, history, foreign language, literature, lahat ng mga subjects na nagpapatalino sa isang estudyante. So, nothing is more important than teaching students with the basic information, and nothing is more important than the academic growth of the students. So, kapag may mga program sa school na nagdi-disrupt ng academic growth ng mga bata, hindi yun pinapayagan ng Essentialist School. So, walang room for activities, walang room for co-curricular activities. Pag sinabing academic, lahat academic. Okay? So, the teachers as well and the administrators in this particular philosophy decide what is most important for the students to learn without considering students' multiple intelligences, students' background knowledge, or students' learning styles. Okay? So, kaya nga, in this particular philosophy, since it's really teacher-centered, everything comes from the teacher. And the teacher is considered to be a fountain of knowledge and a paragon of virtues. So, siya ang pinakamagaling sa klase, siya ang batas. Lahat ng sasabihin niya, dapat sinusunod ng mga estudyante. And ang pinaka-emphasis dito is that there should be mastery of the subject matter. So, paano gagawin yun ng estudyante, ng mga teachers? Siyempre, they have to rely heavily on the use of prescribed books. So, kung ganito kakapal ang libro ng mga estudyante sa grading na yon or sa school year na yon, the teacher, no matter what, should make sure na lahat ng mga topics na nasa libro ay i-discuss niya at na-master ng mga estudyante niya. So, kaya ang methods na ginagamit dito would be lecture method, memorization, and they actually put emphasis on discipline at mahilig din silang magpa-drill. So, when I was in elementary, I think I'm a product of essentialist curriculum. We were tasked before to memorize the multiplication table. We were also tasked to memorize a lot of things. Okay, nagdi-drill kami. Pero ang babait namin noon, we have so much respect for our teachers. Pag naririnig pa lang namin yung tunog ng takong ng teacher namin, alam na namin ang gagawin namin. Pag binuladan na kami ng teacher because we are misbehaving, mapapahiya na kami kasi matalim na yung tingin sa amin ng mga teachers. But you know now, kahit marinig na nilang padating yung teachers, hindi pa rin sila nagbe-behave. Kapag binuladan mo yung estudyante mo, bubuladan ka back. So parang, hindi masyadong hindi na ganun kalakas yung dating ng teacher sa mga estudyante. I do not know. Maybe it's because of the teachers we have or maybe because of the kind of students that we have now. But during that time, nag-lecture ang teacher, nakikinig ang mga estudyante, walang problema sa discipline, lahat nakikinig, and they tend to master whatever subject matter given by the teacher is.